My wife, Lauren, walked in late that Friday night looking like she had stepped out of a world I had never been allowed to see. Her hair was styled differently, her perfume was unusually strong, and the smile she gave me felt colder than winter. I moved toward her for our usual hug, something we did even after arguments, but she recoiled as if my hands carried poison. "Don't touch me," she snapped. "I'm not pretending to be a wife tonight." Those words didn't just sting, they tore straight through me. For months I had felt her slipping away, inch by inch, hidden behind excuses that didn't make sense. But hearing those words in that icy tone, it was a moment she finally stopped pretending. And something inside me, something I had kept buried, suddenly opened its eyes. She didn't realize it, but those 8 little words told me everything I had been trying not to admit. I wasn't blind. I had noticed the late nights, the secretive texts, the unexplained outfits, the sudden obsession with her appearance before meeting co-workers. I had tried to give her the benefit of the doubt because I loved her, but she had turned that love into a playground. She walked past me without a glance and went straight to the bedroom. The silence she left behind felt heavier than any fight we'd ever had. And instead of chasing her, begging for answers, or asking what I had done wrong, I just stood there, calm. Calm for the first time in months. Because I finally knew what I was going to do. While she slept beside me like nothing was falling apart, I moved around the house taking note of everything. Documents, accounts, bills, the details she never bothered to understand. I wasn't angry. I felt strangely composed. But sometimes the quietest man is the most dangerous one, especially when he's been wounded. I packed a small suitcase with the only things that mattered: my father's watch, my laptop, a handful of clothes, and the important papers she never cared about. And that night I made a decision. If she didn't want to be a wife, then I was finished being a husband. I wouldn't beg. I wouldn't compete. I wouldn't repair what she had shattered. I would simply disappear from her life so completely she'd feel the absence like a shadow following her every day. The next morning she stumbled into the kitchen, still groggy. "Where are you going?" she asked, confused. I met her eyes and said, "Good. You won't have to pretend to be a wife anymore." Panic washed over her face instantly. Gone was a cold, distant woman from last night. Now she was frantic, desperate. "Wait! Hold on. What are you talking about?" "I was just tired." "Don't be dramatic," she said, scrambling to soften her tone. Too late. I stepped past her, walked to the door, and gave her 6 words she never saw coming. "I'm done being your backup plan." Then I walked out. She started calling before I reached the end of the street. 1 call, then another, then 5, then 10. I silenced my phone and watched the notifications stack up like a guilty confession. First came irritation. "Seriously? You're overreacting." Then frustration. "Stop acting like a child." Then fear. "Please answer." "I didn't mean it." Then pure panic. "Where are you? Please come home." I didn't reply to a single message. For years I had tried to hold everything together. Now she could finally feel what life was like when I didn't run to save her. My silence became my revenge. Clean, powerful, and impossible for her to manipulate. I checked into a hotel and turned my phone off for 2 entire days. 2 days of quiet. No cold indifference, no emotional guessing games, no walking on eggshells. Just peace, and the sudden realization that I had spent too long accepting a marriage where only one of us was present. When I finally powered my phone back on, it exploded with notifications, over 70 texts, 40 missed calls, and countless voicemails. In one message she sobbed. In another she apologized. In another she sounded angry. And then came the voicemail that changed everything. "Please don't do this. I swear I was with someone last night, but we were just talking. Please come home." She slipped with someone. Not a friend, not a coworker, not a group, just someone, a confession wrapped in panic. I replayed the voicemail again and again. Every unexplained night, every cold answer, every sudden change in her. None of it had been in my imagination. She had left me emotionally long before I walked out physically. Later that evening, she appeared in the hotel lobby looking nothing like the confident woman from the night before. No makeup, swollen eyes, hand shaking. She rushed toward me like someone trying to save a collapsing building. Please come home. Let's talk. I didn't mean it. I was being stupid. You know I care about you. But betrayal changes everything. Once you see someone's real face, you can't unsee it. You told the truth last night, I said calmly. You don't want to be my wife. And I finally believe you. She grabbed for my arm, but I stepped away. When she realized I wasn't folding, wasn't softening, wasn't slipping back into the role of the husband she could push around, something inside her cracked. She started crying right there in the lobby, begging, bargaining, pleading. I'll do anything. Just don't leave me. But love without respect is empty, and she had thrown away that respect long before I walked out. I told her I needed space, real space, not the emotional distance she used as a weapon. Space to breathe, space to think, space to choose myself. In the days that followed, something unexpected happened. She kept calling, messaging, apologizing, trying to fix a damage she thought I'd overlook. But I didn't respond. I didn't return. I didn't give her the comfort of knowing what I was doing. And that silence broke her more than any fight ever could. She finally understood the one truth she never imagined. Her husband wasn't invisible anymore. While she was falling apart, I was rebuilding myself, stronger than I had been in years. And the moment she realized that her own words had destroyed the marriage she thought she controlled, that was the moment her world completely collapsed.